I'm still fixing the microphone. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. I got a big wire sticking out all over the place. Hi guys. We're a bit of a wreck tonight. It is the packing edition of Cruise Chat Live. Good to see everybody. I'm Walter, your independent travel advisor, and for the next hour-ish, we're going to talk about all things cruising. As always, I'm here with my wife, Rebecca. And yeah, our house is a bit of a wreck right now. We're moving starting tomorrow. And I was working right up until about an hour ago. Thank you, Virgin Voyages, for all those new Resilient Lady itineraries. Man, y'all really want to go on those Resilient Lady itineraries, and I don't blame you. There's 4 itineraries of 10 nights or longer, 9 new itineraries total. So, wow, we were busy today. Hello, Rick. Hello, Michael. Michael, you are so kind. I'm going to put that on the screen. I love you so much, Michael. You are awesome. Our very first client. I will never forget that. And Becky, oh my gosh.
He doesn't believe we've packed, though.
Michael doesn't believe that we packed. Well, guess what? This is what it looks like right off camera. Hey, right there, right over next to me. So yeah, that's what it looks like right off camera. So yeah, it's a bit nutty right now here at the homestead. So yeah, we're getting ready to go. Actually, it's kind of sad too. We kind of pulled down our office today, so these cork boards are usually just completely full with all of your bookings. And up until about 2 days ago, these boards were completely full, and then we started pulling everything down. So we are totally packing up and getting ready to move. So yeah, Michael, that's just some of it there. That's just some of it there. So we're calling this the packing edition. So thanks so much, but we're still going to talk all things cruising. Let's talk all things cruising because that's what we want to do. And fortunately, we're only moving a mile away. So that's going to be good. And I'm really excited. I know y'all like it when I have guests on. I like it when I have guests on. Carnival is going to join us next Thursday night. They're going to be the first ones from the new homestead. And my brand new representative, last time Christine was on here, this time it's going to be Bentley. So Bentley is coming to join us next Thursday night, talk all things Carnival. I mean, what do we have to talk about? Oh, I don't know, Celebration Key maybe, the Carnival Jubilee, all kinds of great things to talk about. So next Thursday night at 8 o'clock, Carnival's coming back. I'm so excited. My goodness, I haven't shaved for like a week, maybe a week and a half. Wow, had a lot of beard going on. So if you guys have questions about anything cruising, and I'm going to remind you that there are links to contact us down in the description. Y'all have just been amazing. I don't even know how to thank y'all. We have just had the most ridiculous first year in business. We're well into our second year in the business, and wow is all I can say. Absolutely wow. So y'all are just so amazing. And the things that you say, the kind words that you say, the fact that you're sharing our services to so many folks, I just can't thank you enough. I just can't thank you enough. So links are down in the description. If you want to get a hold of us, it's super easy. Where's waltertravel.com and click contact us. So yay. Michael, oh yeah, that's right. 197 days until you are on Carnival. Yay. I can't remember which one. Vista, Celebration, Mardi Gras. I think the Vista. I can't remember. But yay. Yay. So yeah, to contact us, just reach down in the description. We're here for about the next hour or so to answer your questions about all things cruising. First of all, did you all hear about Richard Branson's surprise? Oh my gosh, this was absolutely great. And I still don't quite understand.
Horizon.
Oh, you're on the Horizon. Fabulous. Love it, love it, love it. Hi, Nurse Tara. How are you? But yeah, you're going to have a great time on the Horizon, an absolutely great time on that ship. Her sister, the Vista, just came back from dry dock. She looks all pretty with her new paint job and everything. But yeah, you're going to have a blast on that ship, Michael. I can't wait. So if you haven't heard, Richard Branson, and I still don't understand why it was done with Delta, but he did it on a Delta jet, not on a Virgin Atlantic jet.
Virgin Atlantic and Delta sometimes
share
a route.
They do share the route, like they all do.
Yeah.
There's a airline, the official airline of Spain is called Iberia, and I can literally bring up 10 different airlines, and every one of them says operated by Iberia. So it's just kind of funny with the way they do that. But Richard Branson showed up in Atlanta, our old stomping ground at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. They took over the terminal, and they were playing games. They were giving away all this Virgin Voyages stuff. And then And then Richard Branson steps onto the plane and says, anyone over the age of 18 would who is a Delta Sky Miles member gets a free cruise on the Resilient Lady. Super cool. That's so amazing. I mean, he's got his top hat in the picture. He's got a jacket going on. But Richard Branson literally gave all the Delta Sky Miles members on that plane who were 18 or over a free cruise. I think the flight was going to San Juan. So, oh, yeah, that's what it was. The Delta flight was going to San Juan. So he surprised all those people. So, and that's a minimum 7-night cruise. So it's not like, it's not like giving away a Scarlet Lady cruise here. It's only 4 nights. He gave away a 7-night cruise at least. So how about that? That is really cool. And of course, if you don't know, Virgin Voyages, the Resilient Lady, we just started selling today. She is doing 7, 8, 10, and 11-night itineraries from San Juan into the Southern Caribbean. She starts sailing December 6th. That means that she's not going back to Australia. I know there was a lot of people in Australia who were disappointed that the ship is not coming back. Obviously, they made a business decision to bring the ship here. That means we're going to have all 3 ships. They only have 3. We're going to have all 3 ships in the Caribbean this winter. We'll have Scarlet and Valiant sailing out of Miami, and we're going to have Resilient sailing out of San Juan. These are really good itineraries, people. I mean, some really, really nice itineraries. There are 4 that are 10 nights or longer. Not like they just threw in 1 token. There's 4 itineraries that are 10 nights or longer, and they are really, really good. And they're reasonably priced. Now, we have all seen Virgin Voyages has shot right up in pricing. Well, these are not bad. I mean, these are reasonably priced for the products. It's not like we're seeing $6,000, $7,000 balconies. We're seeing them back in the $4,500 range, $4,000, $3,800 range, right where they should be for the length of the cruise. So if you've been thinking about Virgin Voyages, I think we're talking about it. We're not sure if we're going to be able to do it. I really want to. I want to go hit one of these 10 or 11-night itineraries down there. But we have the Aqua in May, and then we're going to Alaska. That's going to be an expensive trip going up to Alaska with the Oceania Riviera. So we've got those 2. This is only sailing till April. It might be another year. It might be the next time.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, so somebody
just with
will
the move and everything.
Yeah, so probably like December 25 into April 26 is probably when we're going to be able to do it. But we've got, I don't even know, I lost track of how many people I booked today. We booked a lot of people today. I was tired. And I've got 4 or 5 My Next Virgin Voyages still left. So if anybody wants to take advantage of that, you get $300 off, you get $600 on board credit. I've got 4 or 5 of them left. And that's good for any Virgin Voyage, not just Resilient Lady. You can use it for any Virgin Voyage you want. So that was Richard Branson. How about that? That's pretty cool, man. That dude is so freaking cool. I don't know if you've all seen the pictures, but some of the ships have been going down to Tortola of late, which is the British Virgin Island. His Necker Island is somewhere right there. And he has been showing up. He's like been popping into the ships in Tortola, just walking around the galley, saying hi to people. I'm like, that is so freaking cool. And I want to say it's August 30th out of Miami is going to be the Celebration Cruise. It's one of the cruises in August. Richard will be on the ship along with a whole bunch of Virgin Voyages executives. It's going to be another one of those trips where they kind of give you the insight into how Virgin as a company was born and built, their mindset and all of that. So if you want to spend a whole week with, or not a whole week, probably 4 or 5 nights with Richard, that's how you do it. They're going to be sailing out of Miami. So that's pretty doggone cool. Virgin Voyages does a lot of things that really annoys people, especially with these cancellations and changes that they make. But they are still a pretty doggone cool cruise line, and they are a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to getting back on. Going in June, excited. We're going to be on the Valiant Lady again, this time only for 4 nights. In fact, we're going to do the same cruise that we did on the Top 100. Oh, yeah, maybe I should remind you folks about that one. I am a Top 100 for Virgin Voyages. That means I'm in the Top 100 sales agent. And when Tamika was here from Virgin Voyages, she said there's over 100,000 travel agents selling Virgin Voyages in the United States. We're in the top 100. So I guess we're doing something right. And y'all seem to like what we're doing. So thank you. So that is super, super cool. Here's something else that happened that I love. And I'm just going to keep babbling until you guys ask a question. So, if you just want me to talk the whole time, I'm going to talk.
That's a threat.
The whole freaking time. Yes. I love this. This is so fun. Vote for your cruise itinerary. Did you hear about this one? So everybody knows that the Serenade of the Seas is currently on her world cruise. Oh, I see we have a comment. Oh, good. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Good evening. Hey, Nurse Tara, how are you? Oh, I already said hi to Nurse Tara, but I'm going to say hi again. I'm going to say hi again to everybody. Let's do this again. Rick, hello. Michael, Becky, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thanks so much for coming in. So this was really cool. So the Serenade of the Seas is doing the world cruise, the Royal Caribbean ship. And as part of just about any world cruise, it's going to include the Red Sea and the Suez Canal, because that's like, one of those bucket list things I want to go through there. Obviously, can't sail through there right now. It's too dangerous to go through due to the situations up there. So what Royal Caribbean did was really cool. They didn't just come up with a new itinerary and say, folks, here you go. We're not going through the Red Sea because it's too dangerous, and here's what we're going to do. No, they came up with two options and let all the passengers vote. Which one would you like to do? Would you like to go to Africa and do an Africa intensive itinerary, or would you like to split with like more Greece and a little bit of Africa? Well, that was kind of cool. So they put it up for a vote. And they did, apparently they did like some town hall sessions too, where guests could ask questions, and talk about it. It wasn't just like, here, vote on it and let's go. It sounds like they did it over a couple of days and let the guests talk about it and talk back and forth. And Immersive Africa won. I think that's so cool. That is so cool. So they're going to visit a wide range of ports from the Seychelles to the Canary Island. 15 different ports of call along the southern and western coast of Africa. And that's pretty doggone cool. That's making a good thing out of a bad situation. I mean, it would have been really nice to go through the Red Sea. That's part of what precipitated Resilient Lady coming on over here instead of going back to Australia. And it is a terrible situation. But how cool is that for Royal Caribbean saying, you know what? You guys get to decide. It's your cruise. Where do you want to go? And I know that there are some cruise lines out there, some of the smaller cruise lines, especially Expedition, where sometimes you can vote. Like you've got a 16-day itinerary, and there might be a couple days in there where, okay, where's everybody want to go? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? And that's kind of fun. But that's kind of cool to do it on a big cruise. You just say, hey, let's do it. Hey, Greg, 104 days till the Ben and David cruise. Oh, very cool. Your first Virgin Voyages cruise. That was the case in at Thanksgiving. We brought, 24 people, 30 people, somewhere between 20 and 30 people. Brought them all on the Valiant Lady with us. And most of them were virgins. And one person, this was really great. She was a hardcore carnival, man. So they do carnival. And their son convinced them, to come on. Like, just come on. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a big group. Come on the ship. And one of the last couple of days, she's like, I don't know how I'm going to go back to Carnival. And she had such a good time. She was so nervous about, what the ship might be like, and what the vibe was going to be like on the ship. And she had an absolutely lovely time. So Virgin Voyages is not for everybody. I've heard some people complain that there's not enough to do during the day. That's kind of part of the point. You just chill out. They don't have a full schedule of trivia. They have a pretty decent schedule of stuff going on. I mean, you'll find speed puzzling and trivia and Sudoku and other games going on during the day. It's just not going to be packed wall to wall. Maybe multiple things going on at the same time. So it is definitely more chill during the day. More things happen at night. Yeah.
I hang out in my hammock.
Mm-hmm. There's the hammock. Nobody else has a hammock. So if you want to lay in the hammock, that is the place to do it. So absolutely. And you know what? While I'm babbling so much, the new Sun Princess has sailed.
Yay!
Finally! Yay!
And it's mostly ready.
It's partly ready. It kind of reminds me of the Wonder of the Seas. When the Wonder of the Seas sailed, she was not ready. The entertainment was not ready. I think it took like 3 months before they actually did the main stage show on there. Well, it sounds like Sun Princess isn't even that far. Spellbound is not ready. The arena's not ready. They're not ready to do the shows up in the dome. Even the roller glider and that stuff up on top is not ready. So it sounds like there's a lot of stuff that wasn't ready. but they sailed anyway. And this is why I always caution people, like, do not go on these inaugural cruises. I mean, Icon of the Seas is like an outlier that the ship was ready so soon.
Although this one wasn't supposed to be the inaugural cruise.
No, but think about it.
If you planned it for like a month afterwards, that would be about this cruise. So,
but I mean, imagine if they had gone out 2 or 3 weeks ago. It would have been even less ready. So, hey, Eric. Hi. Good to see you, Eric. Thanks so much for joining in. So the Sun Princess one is out there now. She looks gorgeous. I mean, the overall reviews are the ship's beautiful. Just we wish some of the entertainment was going
although
right now.
I know Walter is personally upset because in the renderings, they showed coffee machines in all the cabins.
Literally, every cabin has a coffee maker.
And that is not quite the case.
I called it. I said, there's no way they're putting coffee makers in every room.
It's in the suites.
It's in the suites. Just in the suite. They just teased us. That was just so wrong, especially for somebody like me who likes coffee.
He got all excited at the renderings.
I know. I'm like, are they really putting coffee makers in every single room? No. Princess is like, psych.
Or whoever was doing the drawings didn't know any better.
I know. It's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put coffee makers in every room, and they're all going to get so excited, and then they're going to show up, and it's like, nope, sorry. Hey, Kurt, how are you? But the everybody that I'm seeing reporting back, and we do have some agents from KHM Travel Group. They're on the ship right now. The ship is absolutely gorgeous, like just flat out gorgeous. They just wish that some of the entertainment was running, and that's kind of what you run into. I'm actually really, really happy that our cruise that I've got up on the screen there for you, October 19th through the 26th. I mean, by the time she gets here, we're going to be in great shape. That ship is going to be running on all cylinders. We're going to have everything going, and I just cannot wait. So if you want to come and join us, I don't know. We were somewhere between 30 and 40 on this one. We got a really nice group of folks coming. One of the things that we're planning to do is a cabin crawl on day 2, on sea day 2, because we have a lot of different types of cabins that we book. So it's like we're going to set up time just to go through and do that. So if you want to come join us on this brand spanking new Sun Princess, when everything's working, hopefully, come join us October 19th through the 26th. We've got a nice little Facebook group going with it. Everybody's starting to chat. We're all getting excited about the restaurant. I cannot wait to see some of these restaurants. I saw the new Coffee Currents place. Oh, yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, right here on YouTube, Princess put out an official video already. They did a little ship tour on the Sun Princess, so that was absolutely amazing. Rick, how do I feel about the Oasis class doing short cruises? Well, there's a reason why they did that. You know
what currently the Allure is doing?
So currently the Allure is doing it, and then the Utopia is going to take over, and then in early 2025, I believe.
But it was summer of 2025.
Yeah, the Wonder of the Seas is going to move down to Miami, and she's going to do 3s and 4s. So you're actually going to have 2 ships doing 3s and 4s in Florida.
Oasis class.
Yeah, to Oasis class, because the Allure is going to move, I think, back to Galveston. So the reason why they did that is because there are quite a few people who just simply can't take a week off, or they don't want to take a week on a ship. And the only way to sail on an Oasis class ship was to do a week-long cruise. The Royal Caribbean recognized that there were some people who, even though it is a big ship, you're not going to be able to do everything you want. They still wanted to experience the big ship. And that's why they dedicated, like Utopia has like the best of everything and some new features, you know, like that dining car, the train dining experience they're doing. I can't wait to see the Pesky Parrot. Okay. If you've ever been on the Mariner of the Seas, which is, I love that ship so much. She has the Bamboo Bar, which is a fun little tiki bar. It's very kitschy. It's small, but it's very kitschy. Well, the Pesky Parrot is the grown-up version of that. It's a much bigger version of that, and I can't wait to see that. And I'm also excited to see the train thing.
Although, personally, we just generally don't like cruises shorter than 7 days.
For us, yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like cruises less than 10 days anymore. You know, I just want to be on the ship as long as possible. But there's a big market for that 3 and 4 night, and when you keep doing the same, you know, when it's just the same ship doing it all the time, it's like, well, I wish there was another ship. I wish there was a way for me to go on an Oasis
when it's
class.
just the old ships doing it.
Yeah. And also, there's a lot of groups who will do these short ones. Like Greg just mentioned the Ben and David group that's going to be on Virgin Voyages. That's a 4-night cruise. That's the Key West.
Bimini.
And Key West and Fire and Sunset Soiree. That's only 4 nights. So a lot of groups And like corporate, maybe incentive travel or a big celebration and all that, they're going to do 3s and 4s. And now they can do it on an Oasis class ship. So while you and I may be like, oh, geez, that's like way too big of a ship to just do that much. That's why they're doing it, because either people don't want to get on a 7 or they just don't have the time to get on a 7. Now they can experience that big ship and everything that ship has to offer. So yeah. Yeah, Michael's like, instead of moving a mile up the road to sell everything, trust me, that thought came to mind. But at this time, we just can't. Not yet.
And
not yet.
The internet situation is not consistently good enough.
No. So, I'd be struggling to do my job, because I do have to do I get by right now. I do a really good job when I'm on the cruise ship. But until that internet is like, really, really solid, it is a little bit hard, because that is literally our lifeblood. The internet is our lifeblood. That's how we book all of your travel. That's how we update your travel. That's how we do all of our research. So it has crossed my mind. I would like to do it. I wouldn't mind just bouncing around cruise ships. Maybe you ride a cruise ship. We stay in Barcelona for a month, and then we got on another cruise ship. Like, you just keep going on land for a bit in between. So at least we got decent internet. I would totally do that. Now, that being said about the internet, one of my colleagues literally spends like months out of the year on cruise ships, and she is one of the top performers at our company, at KHM Travel, or our host company, I should say. So she's always on the ships. So, I mean, maybe there is something to be said for that. She travels so much. She's like my hero. Like, she's never home. I don't know when her family actually sees her, but Mandy is always on. She was just on Windstar. She's on Celebrity. She was on the Icon of the Seas. Like, she's always on a different ship. And my God, that Windstar sailing vessel she was on, that was super, super cool. So yeah, maybe there's something to be said for that. I might have to ask her how she deals with the internet, because I mean, she just does absolutely amazing work, just bonkers work. And she's also a really cool person, really nice. That's one of the things I absolutely love about the host agency that we're with right now, KHM Travel Group. It really is a family. Everybody supports each other. Everybody helps each other. And that's how we all get to be so successful. So it really is awesome. Colette, the short cruises are also more affordable for people. Yeah, like, it's kind of interesting. Like, if you did a back-to-back 3 and 4, it's much more expensive usually than if you just did a 7. But, for people who don't want to do the full 7, you do the 3 and the 4.
Because while the total price is lower, if you look at the actual per day price, it's higher.
Yeah. So the per day price goes down the longer of the cruise. Generally, not all the time, unless you're Celebrity and you're jacking up that solo price, which, by the way, is very inconsistent. We see it sometimes. I did a whole TikTok on it. That thing blew up. And Celebrity's doing that thing now where they don't just charge you double, they're actually charging you more than double. But it's inconsistent across all the ships. They do it on some ships, they don't do it on other ships. They do it on some sailings, don't do it on other sailings. I don't know what the mindset is.
And we can't figure out the pattern to it either.
We cannot figure out the pattern.
Seems very random, like somebody threw a dart at a board. And
these cruises these are going to be more. So solo travelers, we hate you on this cruise. We're going to charge you more. Like $2,500 more for a suite. Oh, that's just crazy. I don't understand that. Okay, I'm going to bring up one of my, this cruise. I'm going to bring up this one just because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about Alaska, and I want to talk about Oceania Cruises, because I'm really growing on this cruise line. I really am. I don't have a favorite cruise line, but if I had a favorite buffet, this would probably be the one, because of that lobster every day. But if you've not been to Alaska, or maybe you haven't been to Alaska in a while, this is going to be a beautiful cruise.
Like us, we haven't been in a while.
Yeah, 2008 was the last time we were there. So and we didn't get to go to Icy Strait Point, because that didn't exist at the time. So now it's there, and I am so ready for the world's tallest, longest, fastest zip line. I mean, ever since I saw Stephanie's face just blow up when it opened up, I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this. So you're
going to be able to find somebody to go with you?
Oh, I'm sure somebody's going to go. Absolutely.
Won't be me.
Yeah. So Eric, that's a great question. Does Virgin have solo questions? 1,000%. Do they have solo questions? Do they have solo questions? Do they ask solo people questions? Yes, they do. I'm so tired right now. We've been packing so much. Do they have solo cabins? Yes, they do. they have solo insides and they have solo sea views. However, you know, sometimes when you look at the solo cabin versus the and the sea view is what they call the ocean view. When you look at the solo versus, you know, the double occupancy, sometimes it's not all that much of a difference. So you might say, well, I'll just take the double occupancy and get a bigger cabin.
I've even seen occasions where the non-solo cabin is cheaper for a solo person than the actual solo cabin.
Yeah, I don't
not really always, but every now and then you run across that.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't quite get it. But yeah, they do. And then every so often, like this past summer or spring, they for like 2 months they were doing no solo supplement over in Europe. They're really trying to get people to go over to Europe and sail on those ships. But yeah, they do have solo cabins. They're rather nice. The solo sea views are interesting cabins. They're triangular right up in the front of the ship. So they're really interesting cabins. But they do have the solo cabins on there. They're great cabins. How am I so tiny? I'm not tiny.
No. How are you? So tiny is my question.
Yeah. How are you? So tiny is my question.
So how are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm doing well enough. How about that? I'm doing well enough. So, Colette, this is interesting. When Celebrity got some bad press for the solo supplement, they said they were making at least 75% of their cruises would be no more than 200%. And that may very well be the case. Especially like on the Celebrity Edge class, that's the one place where I could almost understand them adding a penalty for a solo because they do actually have a solo balcony on that cabin. On that ship, or that class, I should say. See, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm so tired. But the Celebrity Edge class does have that infinite balcony. It's a solo cabin, so I could kind of see, quote unquote, penalizing solo people until those sell out.
They're already penalized by having to pay for 2 people. So any more than that, it's
still wrong. I mean, it's absolutely wrong. Solo people should not pay more than 2 people.
Only 25% of their cruises. That's still.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they got a lot of bad press, deservedly so. The practice should just be eliminated completely. There's really no excuse for the practice at all. It's just a money grab, flat out money grab, and I don't like it. I love Celebrity. I really do. They have beautiful ships, great crew, great staff, but I just really don't like that. I know Oceana can't come fast enough. Man, I can't wait till we get to meet you guys. That is my favorite thing about our group cruises. We get to meet you all and get to hang out with you guys. I mean, I'm just like so
483 days.
What?
Till Oceana.
183 days? That's
400.
Oh, I thought you said 183 days. I was like, wait,
no.
What?
483
days. Wow, until the Oceana. That's going to be a great cruise. But yeah, Rick, I can't wait to meet you guys. And then there's another one too, the Norwegian Aqua Group cruise. We just got our group reconfigured again, so we do have 15. We still have some cabins that are 15% off the public price. So if you go on Norwegian's website, you look at Norwegian Aqua for May 31st. We've got certain categories that are 15% off. We can't advertise it. We can't say which ones they are. We can't say how much the price is. We're not permitted to. But you can reach out and then we'll tell you. But yeah, if you want to come cruise with us on May 31st. Betty, Rebecca, you mentioned that Virgin had a speed puzzle event. What kind of puzzles?
It is a 300-piece jigsaw puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, you can have teams of up to 6 people, and everybody gets the exact same 300-piece puzzle. Mm-hmm. And you have 1 hour to finish it. And then the first team that finishes will get a prize, which is usually a free drink.
Yeah, a free drink. But let's see, you had the one puzzle was turtles. You had a bunch of turtles.
Turtles. There were some cats on one of them.
Yeah.
We did it 3.
Pretty intense. You know,
we did it twice. We were going to do it 3 times, and they moved it to a different time that we couldn't go to.
Oh, that's right. But it was a sold out Thanksgiving cruise. It was 8 nights. So we've not seen them do that on the shorter cruises, but on the 8-night cruise, they did it a couple of times.
They did it on some of the 5s we've been on.
Did they? Okay.
At least once, because we joined that. You and I made you do it with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
And
we did pretty good. We weren't last.
Yes. It was only 3 of us on the team.
You guys won, didn't you?
Yes.
On the
one on the I think it was the one with the cats.
See that? Of course, it was the one with the cats. But they had a great team. I mean, you had Mindy. I remember Mindy.
Stephanie.
Stephanie was there, and then Badgley. I can't remember. Brandy was there, and there were 2 other people.
Zach's mom.
Yeah, Zach's mom, who was the carnival person,
and
somebody else.
I think somebody you knew from Georgia Pacific. What was her name?
Yeah, and I'm blanking on her name. Right? Dana. So there you go. They were the award-winning team, and they all got led to the dock and all got a cocktail. So that was a lot of fun. Yay. Yeah, I think, Eric, you're talking about the 200% on that cruise. Of course, Norwegian does have solo cabins, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're cheap. They are almost the price of a double occupancy cabin, which kind of stinks. So,
but I mean, it's well known that for a very, very long time, most of the time, solo cruisers pay for that imaginary second person minus the port fees and taxes.
Yeah. Sometimes it works out that way. Greg, thank you. Yeah, there are times when actually there's times more often than not that the balconies are either slightly more than the ocean view and sometimes less than the ocean view. And I know that sounds weird.
There's so few ocean views that they sell out. So when a category sells out, the prices go up for whatever's remaining or comes close to selling out.
Right. So I cheaper for, because some people just don't like the balcony. Well, they don't want the balcony. They want just a window. I don't want the balcony. I don't want all of that. But it's like, but it's less. Just don't open the door. Boom, ocean view. Don't open the door. You want an open? You want an ocean view? You got it. You want a balcony? Open the door. That would be me. I'd be looking at them going, this is $500 less. I have a big ocean view is what I have. So yeah, that would totally be me. But that happens a lot on Princess. And sometimes on Virgin Voyages, we can find it.
It's a supply and demand thing. There's just almost all cruise lines don't have a whole lot of ocean views. Yeah,
and the Princess Royal class especially, they're literally right in front of the ship. They don't have very many of them. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad, Greg. I really enjoy working with folks. I love, like today I had a lovely conversation with 2 sisters, never worked with a travel agent before. And they're like, so how does this work? And then like an hour later, we're like best friends. Like we're talking through Virgin, we're talking through Carnival, we're talking through all this stuff. And I like what I do. I mean, I really do. I like what I do. I love talking with you guys. And I mean, there's some days where I'm taking like 6 to 8 calls in a single day. It's just like, wait a minute, what are we doing? And thankfully, we take a lot of good notes. We have a really good system. Rebecca does amazing research for everybody. And then I just sit here on camera and look good. Anyway, can you tell I'm tired? Yeah, I'm tired. For those of you who just tuned in, this is the packing edition. This is literally what it looks like right off camera to my, there, that way in the direction that you're looking. This is right off camera. This is the packing edition of Cruise Chat Live. So yeah, welcome to packing edition. So we're getting ready to go. We're picking up the truck tomorrow morning, and we will be moving through the entire weekend. So we're going to move ourselves over the weekend, and then on Monday the movers will come in and get the big stuff, and then we'll be broadcasting from a new place on Sunday. I don't know what it's going to look like. So, Kurt, I mean, we could set up a Resilient Lady group cruise, but we will not be on it probably. As much as I really want to go on it this year, we just have so many commitments already between the Aqua and we have 2 big commitments between the Norwegian Aqua in May and then the Oceania Riviera in June. So it's looking like it would be December 25. If the Resilient Lady comes back, it would be December 25 before we can get back on it. But hey, if you guys want to put together a group, absolutely. So on Virgin Voyages, if you get 10 cabins together, this can be solo or double occupancy. Doesn't need to be 20 people. But any group of 10 cabins, automatically we can start throwing in, you get $200 sailor loot for a Rockstar cabin. You get $100 sailor loot for Sea Terrace. And you get $50 sailor loot for an Inside or an Ocean View. That's on top of whatever you have. And currently, right now, we have 4 or 5 My Next Virgin Voyages still left. Well, that grants you $300 off the cruise fare and $600 of onboard credit. So yeah, so if anybody wants to put together a little group, Resilient Lady, just reach out. Once we put the 10 cabins together, then we turn it into what they call a circle, and we can start adding the extra onboard credit. So yeah. So hey, how are you? Rana isn't in the inaugural group cruise, and you've invited her about a week ago. Oh, the Facebook group. Well, that's Ben and David.
But you could send them a note.
I can send them a note. Yeah, because you can't invite people in there. And the reason why is because she didn't answer the question. So if she goes back and answers the question and then puts her booking number in there, then they'll know that she's actually on it. But when people invite folks from the outside, Ben and David don't know if they're really on the cruise or not. So that's why she hasn't been let in yet. But I'll let Ben and David know. But if she were just to simply go there without being invited and answer the question, then she would get let in. Because Ben and David, that's one of the questions. They're asking you, what is your booking number? And that's how they're confirming that you're supposed to be in there. So just have her do that too. But I'll ping Ben and David for sure. Because we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh my God, they're starting to put together plans. Yeah, they're putting together the plans. They got a great idea. We're actually gonna emulate this on our Sun Princess cruise. But Ben and David are going to eat at Razzle Dazzle every single night. And every night it will be a different group of about 20 to 25 folks from the group eating with them. And that's going to be nice. So that's going to give everybody a chance to have a nice dinner together with Ben and David. So we're thinking about doing a similar thing on the Sun Princess.
Although we got the idea from Stef.
Yeah, we got the idea from Stephanie. So Stephanie's the one who came up with the idea. But I think we're going to emulate that on the Sun Princess. Hey, Emily, can I can't. No, that's Ben and David. Exactly what I just said. Have Adam go to the group and ask to be let in and have him answer the questions. I can't invite him in. And when I send, if I try to send Ben and David a thing, oh, that's right. It is a hidden group. So, oh yeah, because they're just assuming that everybody is in. That's why. So, all right, I'll ping Ben and David and let them know. Yeah, I forgot that they changed the because you know why? Because people see Ben and David, they were getting tons of hits of people trying to get in. I actually get the same thing with the Sun Princess cruise. People are trying to join that Sun Princess group, and I'm like, no, this is just for my folks. You know, this is just us. Go form your own group. But yeah, you can imagine that with the size of the audience that Ben and David has, how many people were trying to get into that Facebook group, and it just becomes overwhelming. So that's probably why they did it. But I'll send them a note and let them know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I have. If I have their email addresses, I'll send it along. But yeah, they may or may not get let in. So those guys are super busy. They're traveling a lot, as you can imagine. So anyway, and they're going to be on the Sun Princess soon. So that's going to be fun to see what they think of it. I'm going to throw this up here too. If anybody wants to go to the Northern Lights, I'm going to have Lynn on the show. Lynn from Hurt to Gruden is going to be coming on the show one of these Thursday nights. She's the one who's like, Walt, see all of these Hurt to Gruden guarantees that you will see the Northern Lights if you go on one of their ships up there for, I think it's 11-day minimum. They guarantee that you're going to see the Northern Lights between October 1 and March 31st. If you don't see the Northern Lights, they will bring you back on a 6 or 7 night cruise free of charge during the Aurora season to try again. And she's like, well, have you seen the Follow the Northern Lights itinerary? And I said, no. But this is kind of like going to Alaska on a land sea tour. This is a land sea tour, and you're gonna be seeing the Northern Lights on land. You're gonna see them on the ship. Hopefully, that's the goal. But it's fully escorted. It is a small group, and you're gonna stay at the Igloo Hotel, which is awesome. You're actually gonna go dog sledding. Oh my God! The Sammy Museum, amazing. You're gonna go to Santa's Village. I mean, do you need any more than that? Northern Lights and Santa's Village. Come on. And then you're gonna go on the cruise. So
and dog sleds.
Yeah, dog sled. I mean, come on. Oh, and what's not even in there is a reindeer safari. How fun is that? And this is 17 days total. A fully escorted tour. It sounds amazing. If this is too much for you, they also have just the cruise portion of it. They have some with astronomy partners that come on. So actual astronomers will come on the ship. They will do lectures, obviously. Then at night, they're out there talking about the night sky. And there are stopped at the Northern Lights Museum as well. So I've had multiple clients reaching out about the Northern Lights, and that's what started us down this path of doing research. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? That I want to do this so bad. That really want to, or I just want to book somebody on it so y'all can share the pictures. It just looks so freaking amazing. So I just totally want to do this. So excited. Yeah, Rebecca's like, it's cold up there. It's really cold up there. She wants to go to warm places.
I'll go to cold.
Yeah, she'll go to cold. I mean, you might do it for the Northern Lights. I don't know if you'd do this one for 17 days, land and sea. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you would like the snowmobile.
Let's just say, while I think it sounds intriguing, I have other things I'd rather do first.
Such as?
We still haven't done the Mediterranean.
Oh, yeah, we got to go to the
We haven't done the British Isles. We haven't done Norway.
No, we got it. Well, this is Norway.
Well, yeah, but like the mini version of Norway.
I know. Hey, Brant, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight on a Thursday night. This is our last night in this house. Tomorrow, we start moving to our new rental place. Not our choice. We were kind of kicked out because they sold the house.
Well, they're going to sell.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we're going to stay for another year. And they're like, hey, no, you're not. We're selling.
They did offer to let us buy, but
yeah, they did offer to let us buy the place, but we're like, no, we really don't want to buy a house right now, especially, with all the cruising and everything. So at some point, yeah, maybe we will go live on a cruise ship. That'll be absolutely awesome. So on Sunday morning, I don't know, it's going to be a wreck of a place on Sunday morning while we're live. That'll just make it that much more fun. So we'll be in the new place. It won't look like much, but we'll be there.
I may be curled up in a corner.
No, you
rocking
won't.
back and forth slowly.
No, you won't. It's all going to be good. We got a lot of friends coming over on Saturday, which is awesome. Thank you to all of our friends who are going to stop by on Saturday and help us move. So, and thank you to everybody out there for supporting us. Y'all are amazing. I mean, seriously, you don't know how much it means to both of us that y'all are supporting us because, we like what we do. And, you never know with this kind of thing, right? You never know if people are going to like you, want to work with you. And, we're just thrilled. The referrals are the thing that totally get me. When you think that we're doing a good enough job that you're actually going to tell somebody else to come work with us, that really gets me. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. So were you going to say something? No? Okay. And I'm just going to flip up that Panama Canal cruise too, because this is our good friend Peter over at Cruise RX. He has another channel on here. He does a lot of news and reviews. Make sure you're following him. Certainly make sure you're following Sean and Steph. For Stephanie Mullen. She just did, if you haven't seen it yet, she just did a great Icon of the Seas video. She called it her best bits. So it's like the Icon of the Seas in about 35 minutes. And it's just her best bits. It's really, really well done. It's so much fun. Of course, she's just so much fun. So make sure you check that out, Sean and Steph channel. Kathy, Sunday will be great no matter. Yay! Yeah. We've moved too many times. It's not all that exciting for us. It's like, I don't know, our sixth move in like 8 years. I don't know, 9 years, something like that. So
although we won't have the trauma of our first move to Florida where we lost one of our cats.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That had me nearly hysterical.
Yeah. That's not gonna, and we lost the cat somewhere in the apartment. The cat got himself trapped into like this little gap that we didn't know about in the place. So it took. So
he was there. He just was being very quiet about being caught inside a cabinet that wasn't like open the door and he's there. It was a lot of fun trying to find a lost cat in a brand new apartment. So that's not going to happen. Eric, since you started cruising, land travel has no allure for you. It's interesting. We have a lot of tour partners that is basically a cruise on land, where everything is kind of planned out. And so I would like to do some of those, especially over in Ireland. Some of these tours that we're putting together for our clients. Oh my God, the Raro tour, the really small group tour that we just booked for a client in Italy. Oh my God, 10 nights, so immersive. So yeah, I mean, I do love cruising and I love, the aspects of it, but there is something to be said for the land tours if you go on the right ones. And there are some places that you just plain out can't get to by cruise ship.
Yeah, I there was one client at one point that really wanted to cruise Italy, and it just turned out that putting together a land tour was much better because it just worked better. As much as I love putting people on cruise ships, as much as I love selling cruises, I just want to make sure that you get the vacation experience that you want. And we do, like it says right on there, cruise, land, luxury, and expedition. So we do it all. And I think one of our strengths is to recognize when a cruise just isn't going to fit. You don't put a round peg in a square hole. It's like, the cruise is just not, I want to do these very specific things, but you got, 8 hours or 9 hours in a port, and maybe you've got a 1 hour trip in each direction. You're not going to be able to do the things you want to do. Whereas if you're staying there, you're there all day, you're going to stay overnight. So,
or we did have one time, somebody who wanted to do, I think, Northern Europe in April, and the choices were
terrible,
awful.
Yeah,
because most cruise lines aren't doing that till maybe June.
Yeah, so that's
May.
the other thing too. I mean, there's only so many cruises, and there's only certain times of the year that it's going to be good to go on a ship. Like some of the good stuff is there. Like we talked about Oceania a little earlier. So Oceania, Azamara, Viking, and of course your Seabourns and your Silver Sea. They do much different itineraries than the big guys because they have smaller ships, so they can kind of sneak in. Celestial, if you just want Greek intensive, Celestial, little family-run cruise line out of Greece, oh my God, they do amazing itineraries down there. So, that's the thing too, is that sometimes the cruise is going to work. Sometimes you want to go someplace at a time of year, and it's just like, these are really crappy itineraries. And as much as I would love to sell you a cruise isn't going to work. So let's look at some of our land partners. And we've got 3 that I really lean into. And now we've got Rero, which is doing only at certain places, but really different. So yeah, so I do love cruising, but sometimes the land tour just happens to work out better for what you want to do. And I pride ourselves on the fact that we can recognize that. The last thing I want to do is book you a vacation that you're like, oh, this is not at all what I really wanted. You get that buyer's remorse, or you get there and it's like, yeah, this was okay. Really try not to have that happen. So however you're going to travel, that's how we want to make sure that it's going to be the best. We try, and we got amazing land partners. And now we've got a great car service too, global car service that we can pretty much almost anywhere in the world. We can have car services pick you up now, take you around. I've got one client who is doing a river cruise. She's going to start out in, where's she starting out in? She's starting out in, I want to say Lebanon, not Lebanon. Where is she starting out in? It's the Christmas markets.
Amsterdam?
Huh?
Amsterdam?
No, it's oh my God. Oh, Passau is the end, and then on the other side is something.
Probably somewhere in Switzerland.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm getting way off track, but the point of it is she's flying into one airport. Oh, Budapest.
Oh, okay.
She's flying into Budapest. I've got a car. It's going to meet her at the airport. Going to take her to the hotel. The next day, that car is going to pick her up. Or actually, no, she's just going to use local transport to get to the cruise ship. When the river cruise is over, I've got a car that's going to meet her there. It's going to take her all the way to Salzburg, which is, I forget how many hours to get to Salzburg. She's going to go to Christmas Eve in Salzburg, which is where Silent Night was written. And then the next day, I've got a car that's going to take her to the Munich airport. So, and it was so easy. It literally took me 10 minutes to set all of this up. And so now we've got a car service, and these are all like Mercedes cars and stuff like that. So it's a really, really nice. So even something like that, it's just a nice little touch that we can do. We have a group of 11 that are all flying in to do Carnival. So I'm working on getting a van for them. Those are some of like the little things that we try to do. Even, I don't hear about commissions. Our services are 100% free, and how we get paid is through the commission. Well, I don't worry about the commission. A lot of these car service, a lot of these little incidental things we do, we don't get paid for that. We don't get paid at all for the flights, but we do it anyway because, we want to make sure that you have a good travel experience. And if you want us to help with the flights, we're absolutely going to help with the flights, because we are, I don't just say it, but we are a travel concierge, and that's what I want to do. I want to make sure you have a good experience. So yes, there's all these little things, and now I've rambled for so long. I don't even remember where I started. So let's see what, one other huge thing that was announced, Port Canaveral. And for those of you who don't know, Port Canaveral is the busiest port in the world right now. They have toppled Port Miami. And the way they've done it is actually the 3 and 4 nights, because Port Miami has a lot more 1-week cruises or longer. And so Port Canaveral has a whole bunch of 3s and 4s. So when you do a 3 and a 4, like when you bring in Utopia of the Seas twice instead of once, that's double the passengers getting on the ship. So that's one of the ways that Port Canaveral has gotten that busy. Well, they announced that one of the commercial marinas, their lease is not going to be renewed, and they're going to take another commercial marina and move it. So that's over on the Kennedy Space Center side, is the marina that they're not going to renew, and that is going to open up a slot, basically where Norwegian Cruise Line ships sit. Right across from a Norwegian ship, there's the shore. Right there, there's going to be a space to build a new cruise terminal, a la Terminal 3 that Carnival just built. They'll be able to build a cruise terminal big enough to hold the world's biggest ship. Hello, Star of the Seas. Maybe Royal Caribbean's going to build it. But they expect to start construction maybe around 2026 in there somewhere. So Port Canaveral is going to get another cruise terminal. I know that Port Canaveral has said they've identified 3 locations where they can put new cruise terminals. That place is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. They need to widen out the roads for sure.
Yeah.
But that is something. I was like, wow. I was looking at the map trying to see like where everything is. So as you approach Port Canaveral, the first ships you usually see would be Norwegian or MSC, depending on who's there, and then Disney. Well, right across from that on shore is where that new cruise terminal would go when they're ready to do it. But there's a big commercial marina there, so they need to move that to the other side. And once that moves, we're going to have another cruise terminal. So my goodness, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Port Canaveral, who would have thunk that Port Canaveral would be the busiest cruise port in the world? I'm still waiting for today. You know, Stephanie, she's just so lucky, and she's so wonderful. She was actually on the Carnival Mardi Gras starting to pull out from port, and a rocket takes off. And like, she's on the top deck, front row seat, watching the rocket. That's what I want to have happen. We were out on Cocoa Beach one day, and we saw the OSIRIS-REx asteroid mission take off. That was cool. And I've seen a ton of SpaceX rockets take off from our backyard. We're like 60 miles away, and I can see them plain as day at night. It is absolutely gorgeous to watch them take off at night. So yeah, now I got to figure that out at the new house. Like, which direction do I look to see them? So it's really cool. It's like you see them on the TV, they take off, and then about a minute later, I see them coming up over the trees. It's really cool. It's really cool. So much fun. I do love living here. I'm such a space geek. So yeah, I love to travel, and I'm a geek, and I love to eat. So living in Orlando is not bad for all 3. What else do I have to say? So we've been going almost an hour. So we're definitely going to wrap this up shortly because we're going to keep packing. So tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I pick up the small truck, and we're going to start moving ourselves. And then Monday, the movers will come here. And Saturday, we're going to have a whole group of folks to help us out too. So there you go. That is the show tonight, folks. I hope we gave you some useful information. If you got any last minute questions, I'll be glad to go ahead and answer your question. I'll remind you real quick, you know, we're going to be on the, come join us on the Sun Princess in October. Come join us in June of 2025 up in Alaska. In May of 2025, come join us on the Norwegian Aqua. You can go with Peter and his lovely wife to the Panama Canal, 20 days. You're going to go through the canal twice. And you could do the Northern Light, follow the Northern Lights, and so much more. And you can go on the Resilient Lady. Oh my God, people are so excited about the Resilient Lady coming to the Caribbean. These are really good itineraries. These are the best itineraries that Virgin Voyages has. The best itinerary Virgin Voyage has from Miami is that 8-night. The second best is the Western Caribbean, but pretty much all of these itineraries in the Southern Caribbean are fabulous. So if you haven't looked at them yet, you got to fly to San Juan to start the cruise. But if you haven't looked at these itineraries yet, the new ones for the Resilient Lady, this is December 6th, 2024 through April 2025. That's the window you want to look at. So pick the Caribbean, turn the filter on Resilient Lady, and you will see all of those itineraries.
And just a side note, while Virgin does allow you to sail with driver's license and birth certificate from Miami, from San Juan, you will have to have a passport.
Yes, you will.
And that's not a San Juan requirement. That's Virgin.
Yeah.
So just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Kathy, Oceania Panama Cruise, their Wi-Fi allow you to connect to a VPN. Almost none of the Wi-Fi's allow you to do that anymore on the cruise ships. I had a VPN for a while. Well, I still have one on the computer. I can't use it. I haven't been able to use it on any cruise ship at all. So they're all killing.
Most cruise ships block them.
Yeah, they block them. So you're not even going to be able to use the Wi-Fi. So no, you can't use the VPN. pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
going
can't-
to say on no cruise ship's going to use it, but
yeah, I can't think of any
Yeah.
more.
I've tried
but
it.
There may be some that let it slide through.
Yeah, but for the most part, they're blocking that for a variety of reasons. You know, there's a lot of people who are going to use it for the right reasons, and then there's people going to use it for the wrong reasons. So that's why they blocked that. So yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. So the next time you see us, we will not be here. Sunday morning, we're going to be at the new house. What will it look like? I don't know. I have no idea. We're not even going to have the benches over there yet. We're going to have a new diner set over there that we're going to bring with us. So anyway, you all have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for your support. If there's anything we can do, where'swaltertravel.com. There's links down in the description. We set up a time to talk, and then we plan your travels. You pay us nothing at all for our services, and you reap the rewards and benefits of our
And
experience.
when do you have appointments?
Tuesday.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's no appointments Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You can't make an appointment with us because we're just going to be too busy. But starting on Tuesday,
Obviously, if you are a client with a current
Yes.
situation and
Yes.
have an emergency,
yes,
he will take your call.
oh yeah, I'll definitely take your call. So anyway, all right, folks.
Yay.
Well, thank you so much. We'll see you Sunday morning, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, back here and on TikTok. And then next Thursday night. Oh yeah, I didn't put it back up there. Next Thursday night, Carnival is coming on the show. Next Thursday night, we're going to have Bentley here from Carnival talking Celebration Key and all things Carnival. So thank you so much for joining
and
us.
Carnival is theoretically starting to deal with chair hogs.
They are. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing evening. Call us. Write to us. We'd love to help book your travels. Bye.